fuck integrity, fuck your pedigree, fuck your feeling, fuck your culture, fuck your bone, fuck your family, fuck your drive, fuck your land, fuck your children, fuck your wives. Who am I? Not your father, not your brother, not your reason, not your future, not your comfort, not your reverence, not your glory, not your heaven, not your angel, not your spirit, not your message, not your freedom, not your people, not your neighbor, not your baby, not your ego, not the title y'all want me under. All hell king, killmonger. Red light, green light, red light, green light, red light, green light, red light, green light, fast cars.
That song gets me hyped every time. Alright, y'all. How everybody doing? It's episode 4. I see you eavesdropping.
So cool.
Yeah, this is, Rich. Who am I here with today?
Corey, as always, we're here about to get it in. Nothing new.
Trey, number 3 of the bros.
Here for a second straight episode. Doing some things.
We in here trying to get it in, man. You know how we do, man. We're here relaxing, having a good time, and, just having a relaxing evening, man. It's good to be chilling with the bros. What's on the agenda for today, Rich? What are we getting into today?
First of all, let's give a shout out to boybees.com. I just got my email today about the spring collection is now available 20% off.
Oh, I did as well. I think that spring collection is kind of nice. In fact, I got a couple items from the spring collection, but I'm looking forward to getting a couple more. So, big up the Boy Bees. They keep us laced.
Yeah.
On the same note, we kind of got to talk about this drink of the episode.
Yes.
All right.
Got us nice right now.
What
Got
you
us
want?
real nice.
Man, that's a good question. Now, me, because of how we are, how we do things, I'm not going to give them that summertime special that we were sipping on.
Don't give them that.
I'm going to pull out something new that I tried today. So we got the J.R. Irvin Private Reserve Bourbon Whiskey. I decided to make an old fashioned with it. And, we feeling kind of black today. I guess you could just say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm feeling kind of black today. So, I went with the brown sugar at the bottom of the drink. We went ahead and muddled an orange slice on top of that. I also took an orange twist to go around the edge of the rim of the glass. Put it on a nice bamboo sip stick. Put that in the drink, as well as lit it with a little bit of 151 to make it exciting. You know how we do. Make it look good. Mix that with some burnt orange bitters, as well as the bourbon and some homemade half and half. So we got brown sugar. This time I wanted to make some extra because I ran out a couple of times, and that's never good, especially when the men around here want their old fashions, man. We can't run out. Got to keep them coming. So did 3 cups of brown sugar, did 3 cups of water, threw in some lemons, boiled it for about 10 minutes, drained it to make sure I got all the lemon pulp out, and I mixed that into the drink as well. And the fellas here. So what did you all think about it?
That shit was dope. But last episode, you weren't certified at that point, were you?
No, I wasn't certified at that point. Last episode was before I took my test. I had experimented with a couple of things, but I hadn't actually gone back and taken what is known as a speed test, where you have to make 12 drinks in 7 minutes. So I went back and did that. Since then, I've gotten certified, so I am a certified bartender now. And what people always ask what certified bartender means. What that actually means is you're TAM certified, so you're certified to actually handle alcohol, know when to cut people off and stuff like that. In addition, I went to a accredited bartending school, so it's accredited just like any college, and went through the process to get certified there. Not really because I planned on being a bartender, but more so because it's just a skill to have. Like, we always elevating around here. We're always picking up skills that make us better people. So that was a part of that. And now we take advantage of it. We sit here, we mix up drinks all the time, and it's on point.
Nigga, let's get to the shits. You got that shit just so you can get bitches drunk, wine and dine them, and get the draws.
Man. It's Rich calling me out on the episode here.
You can tell me if I'm lying.
I think Dave Chappelle put it best when he said, "I'm gonna plead the 1, 2, 3, 4." No, man. I love getting drunk. Period. Myself, I love getting other people drunk. But that is the outcome sometimes.
How you feeling over there, Trey?
Beautiful.
They feeling good over there, man.
Hey, as a former roommate of this guy,
Whoa!
I think his skills were sharp then.
Oh, absolutely.
They're phenomenal now. Certified.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that.
Got me out on a school night.
Hey, exactly. And you can't live over here on the school night. So I already know this is about to be a good episode.
Keeping the Sabbath holy.
I got my black hoodie on.
Oh, so you know. So you know what's about to go down. In fact, let's bring it back, man. Back to Rich over here, man. What's going down on this episode, Rich? What's on the agenda?
A little small short film that y'all may not have heard of came out this past week. Black Panther. Or was last week.
It was.
And I know we saw it together, Corey. And you and Trey went to see it together
This past Thursday.
I can't see it enough times, man.
I've seen it twice already.
Yeah, exactly. Me too.
It's killing in the box office, breaking all kinds of records. February movie, and also for the first non-white director. We out here making noise. So let's get to the point. What did y'all think of the movie?
Man, well, I mean, me personally, I don't know, man. Like after so many years of seeing how Hollywood operates, and I guess really just one representation. Like there's no shortage of superheroes of other races, but to actually see it on the level that this movie took it to was amazing. I mean, it was cultural, it was social, it tackled a lot of social issues, and it was groundbreaking in the aspect that it shook up a lot of what was the norm in Hollywood. So to me, the movie was great. I mean, that's just the bottom line. Like I had to go back before I went to go see it with Trey. I went back and watched The Winter Soldier, which was
dope movie.
Yeah, exactly. Which was the perfect segue into watching Black Panther. And I'm sure we'll get into a lot of other issues that can be discussed throughout the movie. But I mean, that's the bottom line for me. Like I love the movie. It was great. It tackled a lot of issues, which I'm sure we're about to discuss once we get everybody's perspective on what they thought about the movie. But yeah, man, I was super excited. It was absolutely great, man. What did you think about that, Trey?
I thought it was a beautiful storyline. As you said, it's a different perspective on how Hollywood, screen actors and actresses, as far as African Americans, there was no drug dealers, no crackheads, no gangbangers, etc. It was queens, kings, just a lot of leadership. I was inspired, so I just cut to the shit. I was inspired. It made me want to treat my people that much better. Although I do that anyway, it just felt like that movie just brought everybody together.
It did.
And I wanted to get married to an African queen when I left.
I know for me, it definitely made me stop and listen to the Muslim nigga that's been on the side of the street giving me newspapers more. I mean, before I used to drive by, but now I roll down the window, I was like, let me see what literature you got, young brother.
Let me see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It was great. No, all jokes aside, it was a great movie. As you heard Rich and Corey say, they seen it twice. It was my first time I saw it with Corey this past Thursday. What made it that much more special, I watched it with my brother. We had the theater to ourselves, so wasn't no noise, but it was a great movie. It's done $700 million in box office so far.
700 million, bro.
And it
it's
still
keep
haven't
going.
opened in China. It hadn't opened in Japan.
It's only 2 weeks out.
700 million. That's crazy.
I think it's just a great piece of cinema, you know, in addition to all the cultural and, societal points that it touches on. You know, I think the director, Ryan Coogler, 33-year-old prodigy.
Amazing.
You know,
I was just about to say.
Amazing,
he's
man.
done
Amazing.
Fruitvale Station and Creed, but with this, he did a really good job at a very difficult task, you know, creating its own world. You know, Wakanda, was only mentioned, in previous movies, but you didn't know much about it. He created a really diverse world that's really advanced, and also made each character complex and someone that you had a feeling about, whether you liked him or disliked him. You know, he put time into developing them, and the way he told the story, and the acts were very clearly defined, and you walk away from that movie inspired for what else he can accomplish. And this is great. And the acting was great. Shout out to Michael B. Jordan. My wife will tell you, that's my man. Nobody fuck.
Michael B. Jordan.
That's my man. That's my man. But I think he killed it as Killmonger. Chadwick Boseman has already shown that he kills whatever role is given.
He did Jackie Robinson.
Whether it's Jackie Robinson, Thurgood Marshall, or James Brown. Also to Letitia Wright, who plays T'Chaka's sister Shuri, who's head of the technology department. She kills it. Everyone there put their best foot forward. You also give shout outs to the OGs, Forrest Whitaker and Angela Bassett, who still looks phenomenal.
Right.
What is she? 145. She still looks like she's 25. She's amazing. Still had the best guns in the business.
Yeah.
So, Rich, I did some research that I've never really been into Marvels and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And meeting Corey has gave me a different outlook on all that.
Mm-hmm.
As far as stuff like that, I did some research, and most of the movie was shot in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because there was previously the time when all movies were done in Hollywood, but when California is not that amenable with taxes and other places aren't working with these film companies, so they have to go to places that are more welcoming. So Atlanta's been a pretty big hotbed recently for all the movies, like Baby Driver, another popular movie, is also filmed in Atlanta and also Walking Dead. Is done in Atlanta. And
that's actually where they made a lot of headway. When Walking Dead was filmed in Atlanta, they started the Georgia production company, which you see at the end of Black Panther, where they put up the peach and the Georgia logo or whatever. Like, that's when they started actually making a lot of headway as far as being noticed for doing movies. They've always been known for entertainment, rap, and stuff like that. But
now it's housewives and movies.
Yeah, housewives and movies, literally. But yeah, to bring it back around too, man, like, I think just from listening to everybody's perspective on what they thought about the movie, like all of us hinted at the social issues that were tackled in the movie. And I just had a conversation about this like earlier today, and a lot of them that I didn't even think about came up. Like, there's also a dynamic there when you look at Killmonger or T'Chaka. You see a dynamic of growing up with a father opposed to not growing up with a father, and the effect that it could have. You see what it takes and what it means for black women to guard and take care of black men, whether we appreciate it always or not. I mean, I can honestly say we all appreciate it, but as a culture is really what I'm speaking on.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, it's so many dynamics that's going on there that are kind of cultural subtleties that are looked over overall. And I mean, they hit it on it too with his sister. Like there's not enough African Americans in STEM fields that have to do with IT or technology. Like, all this stuff was brought full circle in this movie, and it's a lot of it's looked over by other cultures, but it's not lost on us because it's actually stuff that we deal with, not on a daily basis. It's basically on an hourly basis. Like, this is something we deal with from the time we wake up in the morning to the time we go to bed at night. And
yeah.
So, question, guys. Michael B. Jordan's character, his father that was killed by his brother.
Right.
I don't know if I got lost, if I missed something. Was his father a single father? I don't know if they mentioned anything about his mother.
Well, they didn't show his mother.
They didn't mention him.
Sure, so they didn't necessarily sure.
But that's also an interesting point. That it's also kind of think calls to the saying "it takes a village to raise a child." If you look at the dual cousins, T'Chaka and Killmonger. T'Chaka has been nurtured in royalty, nurtured in Wakanda, so everyone has been part of his growth and development. They trust him to lead because they pretty much groomed him to lead them. Right. When you look at Killmonger, whose father was sent off to be the spy, who he's had to experience different things. He hasn't been in the control as an experiment. A part of the experiment would be like where there is the conditions are rough. They're not popular. They're not part of the majority. Mm-hmm. And he's had to raise his son according to his reality, and then for him to be taken away from his son at such a young age, his son had to start raising himself. Mm-hmm. So he started to seek father figures in the form of military,
right,
in the form of organized crime, so to speak. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you know what's funny about that though, and I'm glad you bring it up, because in the conversation earlier, this is something I haven't actually even discussed before, but I'm going to discuss it now because this is a transparent platform that we operate on.